Hi everyone. In this session, we will discuss about another example, that is nothing but how to demonstrate a perceptron for performing OR operation. In the previous class, we have discussed how to perform AND operation or AND function using a perceptron. So now in this session, we will discuss how to demonstrate a perceptron for performing OR operation. So x1, x2 are the inputs, t is the target, where b is the bias. Okay. So how the R function will work, we already know that. So if we give 0, 0 as the inputs, the output will be 0. And in all the other three cases, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, in all the other three cases, the output will be 1. So here also, instead of 0, 1, here we have represented it with 1 and minus 1. So when we give minus 1, in that case only the output or the target will be 1, target will be minus 1. In all the other three cases, the target or the output will be 1. So if 1, 1 are the inputs, target or expected output is 1. Suppose if minus 1, 1, the expected output is 1. 1 minus 1, 1. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Only in the fourth case, it will be minus 1. Okay. So now we will start this. So first we will consider the first case. First case is inputs are 1, 1. Second case is inputs are minus 1, 1. Third case is inputs are 1, minus 1. Fourth case is minus 1, minus 1. Okay. We will start. So first case 1. So what are the, actually we have seen the algorithm previously. So first x1 is 1, x2 is 1. Now we have to assign all the weights and bias to 0. Whereas alpha is the learning rate and it should be set to 1. Theta equal to 0. T equal to 1. Now we will start the execution. So now first what we have to do is we have to calculate the net input. So if we calculate the net input, so net input is calculated as b plus sigma equal to 1 to n xi wi, where b is 0 plus xi is 1, x1 is 1, w1 is 0, whereas x2 is 1, w2 is 0. So thereby we will get 0. So if you perform activation function, so for 0 we will get the output as 0 only, whereas the expected output is 1. So these both, the expected output and the observed output, are different. That's why what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to update the weights and bias. So see here, the expected output is 1, whereas the observed output is 0. Expected output t is 1, observed output y is 0. Since t is not equal to y, we have to update the weights and bias. So in order to update the weights and bias, what is the formula? For calculating, for getting new weights equal to old weights plus alpha into t into xi, where alpha is the learning rate, t is the target output, xi is the input. Where in order to update bias b, new bias equal to old bias plus alpha into t. So now if we calculate a new weight, W1 equal to old weight is 0 plus alpha is 1, T is 1, X1 is 1. So thereby we will get W1 as 1. Similarly, new weight W2 equal to old weight is 0 plus alpha is 1, T is 1, X2 is 1. So thereby we will get W2 also 1. Now bias, new bias equal to old bias is 0 plus alpha is 1, T is 1. So thereby we will get bias, new bias as 1. So the updated weights and bias are W1 is 1, W2 is 1, bias B is 1. So now see, X1, X2 and alpha are same. The updated values are W1 is 1, W2 is 1, B is 1. So by using these, now we have to calculate the net input. Okay. If we calculate the net input, so y in equal to b plus sigma equal to 1 to n xi wi. So b is 1. Xi is nothing but x1 into w1. x1 is 1, w1 is 1. x2 is 1, w2 is 1. So we will get 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that is 3. Now if we apply activation function on the net input, so y in is 3, means it is greater than 0. So thereby first condition, it comes under first condition. So it is 1. So y equal to 1. So the target output means expected output is also 1. Observed output is 1. Expected output is 1. So we will stop here. So here what are the weights we have? Weights W1 equal to 1, W2 equal to 1, bias B equal to 1. Now we will start case 2. So case 2, here the weight, the inputs are changed. So in the second case, the inputs will be -1 plus 1. x1 is -1, x2 is 1. Whereas the weights, just now we have completed case 1 now. So there the updated weights. So we have to consider the updated weights. So W1 equal to 1, W2 equal to 1, B equal to 1. As usual, alpha equal to 1, theta equal to 0. Target, here also the target output or expected output is 1. So now we will start the computation. We will calculate the net input yin equal to b plus sigma I equal to 1 to n xi wi. So b is 1, okay, x1 is -1, okay, w1 is +1, x2 is 1, w2 is 1. If you calculate, no, 1 minus 1 plus 1, so these two gets cancelled and 1 will be the net input. So if you get 1, so see yin is greater than 0, so now the y will be 1. So y equal to 1 means actual output or observed output is 1, expected output is 1. So here both are same, so we can wind up here. Okay, the case 2 is wind up here. The same, the weights and the weights are same. W1 is 1, W2 is 1. So with the same weights, we will go to the case 3. See, now here the inputs, no, x1 equal to 1, x2 is -1. Okay, so W1 is 1, W2 is 1, B equal to 1. So now we will start the computation. As usual, here also the target output is 1. Why? Because we are performing R function. If one of the input is 1, the output will be 1. Okay, when will be the output will be -1? When both the inputs are -1, -1, then only the target output will be -1, right? So now we will start the net input. So now if we calculate the net input, yin equal to, so b is 1 plus x1 is 1, w1 is 1 plus x2 is -1, w2 is 1. So if you perform, so 1 plus 1 minus 1. So 1 gets cancelled and we will get 1. So if you perform activation function, so since net input is greater than 0, now it falls under first condition. So y equal to 1. Target t is also 1. So here also it is satisfied. Now we will go with the last case, fourth case. So here the inputs are x1 equal to -1, x2 equal to -1. Weights are same because we didn't update. Only in the first case we have updated the weights. Where w1 equal to 1, w2 equal to 1, bias b equal to 1. We will start the computation as usual. See, if you observe here the target output is -1. Why? Because here both the inputs are -1, -1. Okay, both the inputs are -1, -1. Only in this case only the output, the target output will be -1. In all the other cases, the target output will be 1. Why? Because if one of the input is 1, we will get the target output as 1. Now we will calculate the net input. If you calculate the net input, yin, as you know the formula, b plus sigma I equal to 1 to n xi into wi. So b is 1 plus, so x1 is -1. So x1 is -1, w1 is 1 plus x2 is also -1, w2 is 1. So 1 -1 -1. So we will get 1 plus 1 -1 gets cancelled and we will get -1. -1 means it falls under third condition. So y net input is less than or equal to -0. So it falls under third condition and now we will get the y as -1. So the observed output is -1, expected output is also -1. So here it is satisfied and we will stop the fourth case also. Finally we will write the table like this. Okay, so x1, x2, b are the inputs. Net yin is nothing but net output and y is output. Okay, so yin is net input. Okay, y is output, where small t is the target, where delta w1, delta w2, delta b are the changes in weight and bias. So w1, w2, b are the weights and bias. Okay, so with this we will wind up the session. Okay, thank you.